that, politicians who do that, they may get to benefit in the short term, but in the long term, that's how you end up with civil war.
Let's think for ourselves. Enjoy.
There was a period when everything was getting better. If you grew up in the 90s and in the 2000s, probably even early 2010s, everything was getting better. We're a more harmonious society. In my view, racism was not even a problem in this country. Yes, of course, you would see it from time to time, just as you saw crime from time to time, but that didn't make us a criminal country. This is not a racist country. I stand by that. But now we are...
Praise the Lord!
...seeing more and more hostility to people of every ethnicity.
Every ethnicity? I'll comment on that later on. Let's just move from this exaggerated enactment of surprise.
Whether they're English or not English, because people are bringing political conflict into an area where we didn't have political conflict. And it's the political conflict, I think, that is creating this tension. And this is why it's really important that politicians understand this properly and have policies that make a difference, rather than use the political conflict as a way to get some votes from one particular community. Parties which do...
The British divide and rule politics turned within? Sadly, the irony is not enjoyable. I'll share my thoughts with you. Clearly, multiculturalism consisting of larger minorities is still new to the British. There are enough countries with such a demographic for a very long time. India, for example, to mention one country. This politics of creating division is not new, and has been used and will be used whenever it's possible, without ever escalating to a civil war. It's the lowest form of politics in my opinion. But to blame that completely for the turmoil is just simplistic. Remember the rallies? And what the speeches were about. Polarization exists. Idiots like these people don't help, of course. But is it the root cause? Or even a cause? Maybe a result? It started with importing a problem. Then, instead of taking care of that, it was nourished. Spoilt even. This is the only part that was divisive politics. The reaction to it, by the majority, that is not manipulated. That comes from everyday life. Witnessing the unfairness. The, in-your-face, difference in culture. Instead of similarities. These degenerates reacted with the same approach they hate. Publicly celebrating the difference. Hostility towards every ethnicity, she says. The level of that hostility towards each other always existed and will stay, I guess. Especially if everyone stay different from each other in such a degree. With the exception of one group, the group that isn't just different but opposing. With values or lack of them that differs too much from the Western ones. Everyone is painted with the same brush? Have you paid attention? The topic of the rallies? It wasn't about targeting minorities, but solving a problem that is unsolvable without getting rid of it. That problem is growing because of an ethnical depiction just like this one. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.